This was a classic opportunity to in the division with the team that's leading, and here Thursday and all that stuff. Everything was really there for us to have a great night, and Niners are a really good team, and they're doing really good stuff, and they've been really consistent. They got a bunch of wins in a row and all that, and so it was going to be a fantastic win for us, and we just hung in there with an opportunity to get it done. We had an enormous swing right at the end of the half, and it was 7-3. About at the 2-minute warning, we have a chance at a pick at midfield at least, and then the fumble gets them right on down on the 5-yard line. So. They were able to take advantage of those opportunities and did a nice job, and I give them credit. I've been crediting them all week because I really think a lot of Kyle and the job that he does, and that team. So that's why it would have been really a great opportunity to get them. But it didn't happen, and so I thought we did some things better on this night on defense, and we hung in there. We had a couple. They had the great double screen play. It's an old play in the league. We haven't seen it in a long time, but it worked great. And then we busted a coverage on the other touchdown. It was a gimme for him. Really wasn't a hard play at all. We just made a big mistake. So when I look at it, we did a lot of things better than we've been doing, and so we made a big improvement. And but it just didn't come out to be a good win. And I've told these guys in there that I really love this team, and I like what they bring and how they go about their work and the attitude, the mentality of it. And I wanted so much for this week to be a reward, that they could really take something out of it and help us take the next step. And I had it all planned. I had figured out what I was going to say to them and everything. It just didn't happen. So maybe it's next week. We'll see what happens. But we had a couple injuries that were significant. Monet, he hurt his knee tonight, and I don't know, we can't say everything, but it's a significant knee injury. And Tyler Lockett broke a bone in his hand, and his index finger right in here, and it's legit and all that, and we got to figure out what's the right way to go. I can't even fathom that. I can't fathom playing without Tyler. I got a chance to hang with him just to try to express what it's like to be working with a guy like this for so long, and such an incredible player. He doesn't, he's not in tremendous pain. He's got a broken hand. I don't need to feel sorry for him, but he's such a magnificent football player and a member of a team and a member of a community in our area and our fans and all that we're going to miss the heck out of him, whatever he misses. And you just don't think of Tyler having to suffer through stuff. He should just be having fun and playing the game the way he loves to do it, and keep thrilling us like he does. So just add it to the night. Thanks for letting me talk about that. What's up?
How'd you feel about the way that Miles Adams and a few of those guys stepped in without Woods and without Frank?
I wouldn't have known that we would be able to play that consistent up front without Al and without BMO. Yeah, because those guys are monsters in there for us, and we really felt like that was going to be an important part of it. But everybody did well, and the outside backers did a nice job. They all had to make plays, and I don't know what the numbers were, but for sure. Puna, had to play on the nose, and Miles had to do a bunch, and LJ, and so they had to play all night. That's a tough duty on a Thursday night, even more so.
Did something happen to Jordan Brooks as well?
Yeah, he's got a sore neck. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I don't have that on the report yet, but we took him out because of that.
It was late in the game for Lockett.
Pardon me?
It was late in the last drive there for Lockett.
For Lockett. Yeah, I think he was catching he caught a slant route or something. Yeah.
Between Monet and then Woods not able to go, what did that do?
Well, I would not have thought with it against this team that runs the ball so well that we could have held up. And other than the last thing that busts out when we're trying to jump on the barbed wire there and make a stop, we screwed it up. But that was a good game of playing run defense. They had an early breakout run and a couple other things. Of course, they're going to get those somewhere in there, but we played really well. So I would not have thought we could do that without those guys. Those guys are significant parts of holding up the inside and the interior of the defense.
What worked then without those two to be able to...
The guys played really strict and really disciplined and really committed together. That was really connected tonight, and this is a team that has a lot of scheme and concepts and things like that, and they go out and pick at you, and we were able to make the adjustments and hang with them, and the players did a beautiful job. Coaches did a really good job tonight to give us that opportunity.
That second quarter sequence you mentioned, that's tough any week, but against a defense like the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, we really, it felt like we gave them 14 points in the game, they may have earned it another way, and I don't want to take anything away from their win. It's a nice win for them to come up here and get us up here. It's a big deal, but that was an enormous opportunity. We would have the ball at midfield at least, with 2 minutes to go, and we start the drive there, who's to say? I don't know how much Diggs could have brought the ball back too. He might have. I scored. I don't know what he would have done with it. So we just missed that opportunity. But even more, they get the ball, because we fumble on the next sequence, and they're on the 5-yard line. It's bad football.
You mentioned that there was some stuff that you guys did build on that you liked in this one, despite the outcome. What are some of those things that you want to then kind of build on against Kansas City?
Yeah, well, we wanted to play a lot better on defense than we've been playing the last couple of weeks, and in the running game in particular. And I didn't get the third down numbers. I don't know what happened, but we started pretty well. We might have had a pretty good night on defense. Offensively, we didn't. So it really was the running game and third downs where we were trying to get better at. And on the defensive side and on offense, we needed to get more balance in the running game, and we kept slugging it out. We didn't get enough of them, but there were some sparks in there against a tremendous front. And then third downs there too as well, and we did not do well on third down in the first half of the game. That's why we didn't have any points.
Ryan Neal's been on the injury report for a few weeks, dealt with a bunch of stuff.
He totally banged. He played through it tonight. I mean, if you watched him late in the game, he was hurt. And so I'm sorry, what your question would be?
What's he shown you the last few weeks?
He's shown us the grit of a Seahawk, man. I mean, he's exactly the heart of it and how we want it to be. He represents in everything that he does, what we stand for and what we believe in, and how tough he is and how willing he is to go for it. He said I can play. I'm playing, and he couldn't run all week long, but he made it, and he played a good game. Hopefully, these 3 days will really help him.
Defense to try to crack on the ground, but how did you feel Ken looked getting back into things?
I thought he looked good. I need to see the film, all the particular runs, but it's great having him out there. He's just so explosive. He's a really dynamic football player, and we need him out there.
Jason.
Backs are against the wall right now. What's the message for the team with Kansas City?
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff to get done here. Where we picture this season ending up is a place that we're going to be really proud of if we can pull it off, and it ain't going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but that doesn't mean we can't do it. We should have done it tonight. We didn't get it done. Should have done it last week. Had a chance, and so these opportunities slip away, and the season doesn't end like you hope. We got an attitude about doing something here. We're not done.
What did you think of the way Geno was sort of held up? I mean, under duress a lot, obviously.
Yeah, it was a good rush. Obviously, I mean, they're a fantastic rush team, but he did hang in there, and he got frustrated, like we've seen him at times. But he came right back to it and went right down the field and executed like crazy. I said you get I think I said you got 10 or 12 plays in you to kick ass and do things right and execute down the stretch, and he absolutely. And then he went right back out there, and he came right back to balance. It's a beautiful message that he sent. That he can get upset, he can be frustrated, things aren't working right, and he lets it out, and then he comes right back to balance. That was a beautiful illustration of that. No. He maybe had frustrated, yeah. But I've been around him a long time now. I've seen him, get upset before.
He gets taken down at your sideline out of bounds. Did you get an explanation as to why there was?
Yeah, he wound up on the yellow line. And the end of the tackle, the guy, he hits the yellow line. That's outside of the white. And yeah, he said that the tackle started in bounds. Yeah, we work so hard to protect our quarterbacks. Anyway, it's just one of those calls.
Is that the standard, though, when a tackle begins in bounds?
That's how they can explain their way out of, when we're bantering about it. It's a good word, bantering.
You mentioned talking to Tyler. Just how is he handling that? I mean, he hasn't missed.
Amazingly, amazing fashion. He's concerned and all that. He's trying to get back in 2 weeks. That's what he said. I think I can get back in 2 weeks.
Anything else? DK Metcalf, is he still losing his cold a little bit more than you like to see? And having some-
No, he's freaking competing like an elite performer with the highest of expectations, and every once in a while he may make a mistake in that level that he plays at, and he could do a little bit better. Yeah, he could do a little better. We just got finished talking about that. But I don't want him to be anything but what he is and who he is. He's a freaking warrior on the football field, and he wants to walk that edge and live there in the game. And I'm all for it. He just got to not screw it up and get penalized on it, and he did, and he made a mistake out there, and they got him. But you should see the smile on his face. He said, "But I didn't get thrown out." He made it through the rest of the game, and so, man, if you don't like a guy that plays like that, okay, you're not on our side. I love the way he played.
Does it seem realistic based on what you know that Lockett could come back at some point this season? Tyler?
Here's what I'll tell you. I'll just shoot from the hip a little bit here. That there's a couple different ways that they can do the surgery, and one of the ways gives them a chance to be back. Remember Rashad Penny, I think it was, had an injury. It's very similar. Yeah, very similar. And so they've already floated that thought, and they're going to talk about all the options and all that, and we're going to love them up and take care of them. Whatever the right thing to do to take care of them, we're going to do.
So I just got him. So is he going to have surgery, or is that still to be determined?
I don't know that he'll eventually get to that. He's not really fired up about surgery on anything, and so but those are the. I mean, he's got a spiral crack in his in his first metatarsal. No, metacarpal, right? Yeah.
Spiral?
No, threw that out.
Is DS Ridge anywhere close to being ready?
Yes, he is. From what I heard late this week, that he's coming back around. He might have a shot to help us out.
What's the early indication on Brian, the knee?
Yes, yeah, he had a legitimate knee injury. Yeah, it's an ACL injury.
Sorry. Pete, just real quick, what would you say on either side of what was the biggest reason you guys fell short today?
Well, this was going to be a really close football game. It would have been right down to the nub, and we gave him a touchdown. And the other one, I give them total credit for the play design that they came up with in the screen, fake double screen delay to the tight end. It was a beautiful play. It's an old play. I don't see it very much in the league anymore. But great execution. Give him that one, and then we gave him the other one. We gave the ball on the 5-yard line. So it was going to be a great old-fashioned rock'em sock'em ball game, but the mistakes are the separate that thing. We had a couple mistakes that did. They were the beneficiaries, and they get a great win.
All right, thank you.